All right, let's see how this turns out. So this is kind of like a little group email for us, and I grabbed a pythonanywhere account, and we have bash console. We have some files uploaded in here, but in this bash console, so here's how you can go about installing all of your stuff. StegDetect will be the first thing that we put up. So you want to go like this. You want to go git clone. I didn't realize, but I was trying to install Git earlier, and I was doing sudo apt-get install Git, and you can't sudo. I thought, okay, well, fine, whatever. I'm using root apt-get install Git, and it's saying, nah, I can't do it. And I'm like, what the heck? I know I've used it before, so I just fine. Oh, okay, yeah, we have it already installed. Sweet. So let's clone StegDetect. So this is StegDetect here. Bam. This is the first thing that we need. Cat's playing guitar, quite literally, to get my attention. She's doing everything she can. So now that we have the, I'll go back and show you this again. Again, click the clone or download button, copy it, go back to your console, paste it in there. And I've already got it, so otherwise it would download into a directory called StegDetect. Once it does, cd into it, detect. Sure we got files, yes we do. And then the first thing that you do is you go Linux 32 configure. So configure everything for you. It'll make sure everything's good to go. I already did this, but do it again. It takes a little while, especially on Python Anywhere, because I'm on a free account, and the free account, you have one shared core, like I think 512 megabytes of RAM. It's not anything special, like super low end box. But again, it's free and it can do all the things that we need. And essentially, you just get enough of these accounts running together, and then you kind of have like this little bot army essentially, or little digital army of all these different people that can co-crack or co-scan. So again, it's getting all the things, checking for them. Otherwise, it'd be it's almost done. Checking whether the C compiler works. Yes. And then once we get all this configured, again, we typed Linux 32 /configure, and you got to do Linux 32 because StegDetect is pretty old, and you can't run it like 64-bit. Basically, you got to do it in what we'll say is legacy mode, I guess. So again, after it's gotten through all that, man, I thought it was, yeah, there we go. So now we got to do Linux 32 again, and we're going to say make. This is to do the make file. So we just configured everything, and now we can make it. And again, I've already done it, so it's like, hey, bro, already done. You don't got to do it again. For you, it might take a little longer because it actually has to go through the make process. Anyway, we got StegDetect now. So the next thing that we can do is we can make a script. I made one called scan folder, and it's just a simple bash script. Shebang bin bash for a variable we call it image in, and this is a command for the command line. And find, we're going to find all of the images that have JP and G in the name. So I got a little star here basically, so it's saying anything, and then we need to see JP, and then maybe an E and a G, or anything basically, but JPG or JPEG. And then we're just going to loop through, and we're going to run this command on the image. So we have, the image that we're looping through with a variable, and then again, this is the variable with the image name. And then obviously this is our StegDetect command. So I already have a folder I downloaded that is for some images. We're going to back up of this, and it is called images, img, so images. And then we got a few things in here. Actually, let's do this cleaner. And you can see I have my scan folder script. And again, I made this scan folder script specific to where we are, which is in this images folder. So if you move to a different folder, it's going to change things. But again, we'll cross that bridge. It's not too hard to change. So we're just going to do after you made your script, make sure you do this chmod x folder.sh. You got to make sure we can execute the script. So then again, /scan folder.sh. And what this should do is scan all the images in here again for F5. Bang. That ding was actually my toaster oven, not necessarily the script, but that was well timed. Okay, so this first one, it says, nah, negative, we don't got anything with F5. This 1% image, it says, yeah, you see, it obviously goes through and tells you which ones have steganography and which ones don't. But maybe you want to scan for other things than just F5. So we can go like this, put space in there, and then we're going to echo out. And we'll run StegDetect one more time, but instead of running it for F5, crank the sensitivity to 7, because 7 is kind of like the sweet spot for the minimal amount of false negatives and the minimal amount of false positives, kind of like the happy medium. And then this will scan for everything except deep F5. It'll scan for a crappy version of F5, which it never finds, but it'll check for OutGuess, JPHide, JSteg, appended data, invisible secrets, and I think one other that I'm forgetting. But let's save this, go back, and again, this was our output for it before, so we'll run it again. A little cleaner this time, so it runs it first for F5, then it says standard. It's not as clean as I want, so let's clean it up a little bit more. That'll make it look a little nicer. We're going to run it again. Nice, nice. Good. Let's just say we want to find only the ones that have, actually, say if we want to find only the ones that have F5. We can go like this. We can scan this and we can pipe it out to grep. We can look for F5. And that'll just show us only the things that had F5. And then we can do the same thing, but we can look for anything that showed it found something. So when we have this one asterisk here, again, StegDetect works with an asterisk system. One asterisk means, it might be there. Two asterisks means, yeah, it's probably there. And then three asterisks means, yeah, there's definitely something there. Sometimes JPHide is a false positive for a different type of steganography. I've had OutGuess files show up as JPHide. I've had pixelnot files, specifically F5 files, also kind of pop for JPHide sometimes. Anyway, but we're going to grep out for a single quote. If it finds at least, or a single asterisk, if it finds at least one, it'll show it. Finds two, it'll show it. Finds three, it'll show it. So it shows again all the stuff in there that at least had something in there. Again, you can find all the ones that are even negative. Just grep out for negative. Bada bing, bada boom. Clear out of that. Let's see. So again, super simple, super easy for that.